The sun has gone down and the mercury going down as well. To be expected, I guess, here on an autumn night just outside of D.C. at FedEx Field. Tonight, we've got the crew set for what should be a real treat, a great Monday night matchup between the Chicago Bears and the Washington Commanders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Washington team as they interplay here. They come in off another victory a weekend ago. That ran their win streak up to 7 now.
And I think that win last week established them as Super Bowl frontrunners. They're playing with confidence and swagger, and you need that to go a long way.
Meanwhile, for our visitors, the Bears, they come in off a loss last time out, but they've been playing better than 500 ball the last couple months. 5 wins in their last 8 games. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. Takes it at the 7. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They will be led out by the 6-foot lefty from Alabama. It's Tua Tagovailoa.
Would you say that last week's performance by him, workmanlike in terms of numbers? 1
touchdown, 1 pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, that's the bottom line for him. All he cares about is how do we find a way to win the game. Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or 2 free.
They'll start with Davis Price on the ground. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the 1st down run goes backwards. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
2 plays so far, a run and a pass attempt, and both have gone backwards.
Probably not how they drew that up.
No.
Looking for a better play coming up on 3rd. I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Here's Tua. That's complete to Ward.
Holding offense.
So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. So here are the Commanders making their way out. And leading him out is their 5th-year quarterback.
And he's had a great season so far throwing the football. Very likely could go over 4,000 yards with a good performance here. And even in an age of passing first, that is no small accomplishment.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And room to run as he's up past the 35-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago, 15 carries, 73 yards.
And when he went over 1,000 yards last week, you know what it did for their offense? It gave them a true identity because everyone's going to talk about this. The offensive line's going to take pride in it. Of course, the guy carrying the football will. But how about the coaching staff? When they go in and talk contracts, when they talk to reporters, hey, we had a 1,000-yard rusher this year. That means something in today's NFL.
On 3rd and 2, Russell. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the Bears take over. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And, Charles, you look at these two teams, and these are those kind of litmus test games in the second half of the season that if you're a coach or a player, you can either really look forward to them or really dread them, depending on your point of view.
And if you're dreading them, you're not going to go very far in the playoffs. You need to look forward to these kind of games because here we've got 2 division leaders, both real contenders for the NFC title. And you're right, you love having easy games on your schedule, but you need some games like this to toughen you up a bit and ensure that you're ready for the shock of playoff football.
Davis Price on 1st and 10 to about the 33-yard line. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Tua. Well, the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. The sack by the linebacker, Jamin Davis. Now, the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And as we break it down on next-gen stats, that entire play wound up taking just 2.4 seconds beginning to end. So they were on him in a hurry.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
Here comes the Bears punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. Taking it about the 16th. A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Out comes the Washington offense as we get a look at the playoff race in the NFC. As we count down through the final few weeks of the season, these guys have nothing to sweat about. They've clinched the top spots of the road to the Super Bowl. It runs through them.
And there's a natural inclination here, partner, to say, okay, a lot of guys aren't going to play down the stretch. We've clinched. We're ready to go. But there's another part where you say, let's show the league why we're the number 1 team. Maybe you intimidate someone. Maybe you dissuade them from thinking that they can beat you in the playoffs by going out being really impressive down the stretch.
Absolutely, and you want to take momentum into the playoffs. There's also pride on the line for these guys individually.
Yeah, momentum and pride. Yeah, I'd make room for them and put them both in uniform.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Russell. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Holding offense.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. To throw on 3rd down. Russell. Pressure, and he's taken down. A Bear sack. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Washington going to send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Tua now on first down. They'll set up the screen to Carter. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
On first and 10, it's Carter. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. There's what Carter did in last week's effort. 18 carries, 55 yards.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
We're coming to the line here, needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. He completes that to Garrett Wilson. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Here's Carter on the read option. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. On second and 7, Tua. Incomplete. Now this defense for the Commanders, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them in fact.
Yeah, the pressure gets there, and Tua's going to be taken down. More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
That's 3 sacks now. That's not much of a surprise to me, nor should it be to you. This team, they lead the league in sacks.
Yeah, they do. This is something that we are starting to witness time and time again. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And this one's out of bounds. Should be inside the 10, I think it is, at the 6-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll get nothing there. Stopped right at the line as that will wind us down to the end of this first quarter of play. Now we get a stoppage because, as you can see, a member of the Commanders in some obvious discomfort. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. We're scoreless after 1. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And a nice job to break free of 1 tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up a 4th down.
Well, they got off the field on 3rd down. An excellent job, an excellent defensive series. We always talk about adjustments, and usually only at halftime. But the best teams adjust series to series. And on that series, they adjusted so well that they got the job done in fine style.
Washington going to send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. And he puts a little something extra into this one, by far his best of the night. Fielded at the 33. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And, partner, I know so far, and we're still in the first half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right, where these teams are locked in and going at it, no points going up on the scoreboard? I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Here comes the Bears punter now. He's been terrific so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. It's taken to the 26. 35 yards that time on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Off play action. Russell. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Russell. And he will find Winslow on the left side, complete. Throwing on 1st down. Russell. Over the middle, it's complete.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Throw right side, caught by Winslow.
Look at the big fella go.
Touchdown! A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year.
And the Commanders post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter.
The game had been pretty uneventful offensively until that big strike.
No doubt about it. Almost felt like they were just going back and forth a little bit in the 1st quarter. But in the 2nd quarter, things ramped up a little bit. Things jumped up. And you're exactly right. Going to make a highlight film or two. We'll be watching that one later on today.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away.
The Chicago offense set to get started. They'll be looking to match that touchdown from a moment ago. 7-0 is the score as they begin with a 1st down. Tua sets up to pass it.
Over the middle and complete to Wilson.
A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. And right side, they're going to go option here.
To a hit, and the ball is out. And does Washington have it? They do. He was having success there holding on to it on the option, but ultimately problems downfield, and it results in a turnover.
Yeah, and this is a tough one because you know you'd prefer to have your quarterback either heading to the sidelines or getting down at the end of the play. But you've got an aggressive one. He's fighting for extra yardage, and he gets stripped there. You don't need him to be a hero in that situation. You want your quarterback taking care of himself.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he takes it down to the 40 with a pickup of 4. The offense on third down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all, because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it.
Charles, even as long field goals become more and more common, this is still very rarefied air. Only just over 20 field goals have been kicked from 60 yards or further, and you can add his name to the list now.
And as calm as he tried to present himself, there's no doubt there were some nerves as he lined up to attempt that kick. But once the ball was snapped, he just swept the leg and boom, over the crossbar.
Drive begins with a carry by Davis Price.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, it's Tua. And his throw is going to be incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Fighting his target, it's Ward. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around to make a play on the football.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. Throwing middle, and it's complete.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
And right side, they're going to go option here. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Looking to pass. Tua escaping the pressure, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, Charles, this has been something to watch so far. This is where you really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards.
And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10.
Throwing to start the drive. Russell. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. Takes this up just short of the 30, but he was able to avoid that earlier tackle. Nice move. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Throwing again on second down, but this time it's incomplete. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Hands it off out of the gun. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He'd love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Back to the air on second down, Tagovailoa. And a completion to Wilson. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And that will be incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, there's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Russell. This one caught by Winslow. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Working with a 2nd and 3. Back to throw. Russell. Quick hitter here. It's complete. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Again, he'll drop to throw. A quick throw, but incomplete. So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. Back to throw again. And that is caught. It's Winslow. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made here at the Bears 36. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And his kick is indeed good, and that will do it for this first half. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where it was the visiting Patriots come in and get the victory on the road. Justin Herbert sharp in the victory, as his guys find the win column for just the 2nd time all year. From there, we stay in the AFC East as we head to Buffalo to see what's happening with the Bills. and they were victorious in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Josh Allen, a strong performance there, over 300 yards passing with 3 touchdowns in the victory. Lastly, let's get out to Jacksonville, see what's happening with the Jaguars at TIAA Bank Field. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Detroit Lions. Jalen Hurts, a touchdown pass in the victory. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for Washington, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you very much. As we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Second half about to start. The Commanders have the lead. They'll get it first as we are back underway. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Washington offense ready to go to begin the third quarter. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That's a 3rd down conversion to 24 yards there. Nice play.
That's another beautiful throw right there. Gets it to his man right in stride. And I think that throw kind of exemplifies what we've seen from this offense throughout this game. They've been in rhythm. They've been sharp. They've been on it. And they pick up another 1st down there.
On 1st down, Russell. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Throwing on 1st down. Russell looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Alexander. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. 32 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2. They'll look to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. On 1st down, Tagovailoa. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Shotgun snap and a give to Carter. Taken down at the 42. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. He'll drop this underneath to Carter. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
We often talk about understanding the playbook, understanding progressions, and understanding what the defense is doing. We saw all of that on that play. Great recognition and understood where his running back was going to be. Found a way to have him leak out underneath, hit him with the football, and they picked up the first down.
Tua now on first down. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Tua. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. And again, it's Tagovailoa. He has a man. It's complete to Wilson. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 34-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Tua going to throw. Being chased out left. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And incomplete on the deep ball. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Tua setting up shop to throw again. And the Washington pressure gets to him, and he will go down. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah,
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so. He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And this defense able to plug him up there as he'll get a yard to the 35. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs. Gotta say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, Russell. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Touchdown, Washington. Big play there. 56 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. For as big and strong as some of these guys are, especially when you see them in full pads, it is sometimes hard to appreciate how truly fast they can move. That was incredible. Point after try forthcoming. And that will bump the lead up to 26. A drive there of just 4 plays.
And it was polished off by a Washington touchdown.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bears offense making their way out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the NFC.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now Tua.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
Pitch and catch there good for 13. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
They'll run with Carter. And this will be a Bears first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line. On first down, right back to Carter.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
2nd down, here's Davis Price.
And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10.
A give, Carter running right.
And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Here's Tagovailoa to throw.
They'll set up the screen to Carter. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Here's Tua.
Back-to-back catches here for Carter. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tackles. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage.
So they went with a trickery there on the fake punt, hoping to catch that return team flat-footed, but it did not work out.
And you were talking about trying to catch him flat-footed. That's what they were hoping for, trying to catch him off guard. That's a well-coached team on the other side. They were more than prepared, and they were able to stop it.
A good starting spot for Washington as they come up 1st and 10.
At the 45. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. This is Jennings. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And a quick throw here that's complete.
And he's going to have a Commander's 1st down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, We see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Back to the air on second down. Russell. And that'll be incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. They'll look to throw again. He's got it. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards.
That's certainly one way to beat the blitz. Get out of your hands quickly and get it to the big fella.
Very effective. Saw the pressure, got rid of it, and the completion ensued. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. They've been in the red zone 3 times in this game and have not scored a single point. Can they break through here on 2nd and goal? They'll try to run this one in, and he will take it in. Touchdown, Commanders. A great effort there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Commanders extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in after report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Point after, right down the middle. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Bears offense now heading back out onto the field. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Tua now on first down. His throw incomplete. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. And that is incomplete. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Looking to pass. Tua. And this one is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Fourth down, 4th quarter. Here's Tua. He's going to air one out. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Off the play fake. Russell. And he'll get this one complete to Winslow. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Russell. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. He's going to have the first down and then some. Touchdown, Washington. A great play there. With his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And the Commanders add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the 4th. Now comes the kicking team here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive, and the result, a touchdown for Washington. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here. But you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. This is brought in at the 21. Following the punt return here, there is someone shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he will find Winslow. That's complete. Washington on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Russell. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 48 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Looking to throw. Russell over the middle, complete. It's Alexander. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Now we've got whistles here before the snap, and I believe this is going to be on Washington. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. Operating from the gun, Russell. Throw right side, caught by Winslow. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the fourth quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mention in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while, but everyone on that offense knows it will sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 25 yards that time.
Now, fourth quarter, certainly not enough time for a comeback, but nice to see them making use of the time remaining to try and make this one a little more respectable.
Yeah, I think the ultimate goal, good execution, be crisp, be sharp, and find a way to put some points on the board to make this thing look just a little bit better.
Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
And he's going to push his way down to about the 12.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Carter once more.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Bears with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Pat Surtain.
There he goes left side. The 40. The 20.
And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. But not only is his defense pitching a shutout, now they're contributing points themselves. I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one. And even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
The extra point splits the uprights, and this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away.
Fielded right around the 8. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
The Bears offense now getting ready to take over.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the fourth quarter. And a big deficit, Charles. But they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board. So
he rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Well, this game was already decided, Charles, let's be honest. But now another feather in the cap of this defense as they pick him off for the second time.
You're right about that. Things have been going pretty well for them, to put it mildly. But they're still out there hunting for big plays and get another one right there.
The Commanders preparing for their next possession. And this team continues to stake its claim as Super Bowl favorites. They are now eyeing an 8th straight win as they begin this drive here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the fourth.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line.
63 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times.
I know we're in the era of wide-open football, a lot of spread formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and, you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
For the winning team here, Charles, that's about as big and clean of a win as you could hope for in the National Football League. No turnovers. Meanwhile, you forced turnovers. You didn't allow any points, and you put up a bunch of points. What an effort.
And, Brandon, I just have to ask you, that's all the stuff that we saw happen today. Those are statistics, numbers, the whole deal. But my question is, how does one team come ready to play and the other one, obviously, not ready at all?
Well, I mean, I obviously don't have an answer to that, but that was the story from the get-go. One side was awake and ready, and the other just seemed to sleep.